The KwaZulu-Natal government says it is moving with speed to restore the province to its normal state after it was affected by the floods that left hundreds of people dead, with reports of 53 people still unaccounted for. Now, briefing the media on the latest developments, the province's Premier Sihle Zikalala also said that the construction of over 4,300 temporary residential units that will house families who've lost their homes should be complete by the end of this week. Meanwhile, the South African Red Cross Society says that money has been made available for people whose houses have been destroyed. Now, the aid organization has urged those affected by these floods to get in contact with them. Siyabonga Hlatshwayo is the KZN provincial manager at SA Red Cross, and he joins us now for more on this. Siyabonga, good to have you with us. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning to you and the viewers at home, and thank you for inviting us.
Siyabonga, quite often at times and in situations like these, those affected are told, exactly what kind of help is available to them. However, it appears that you've taken a different approach, and you would actually like to hear from the affected what their immediate and biggest needs are. If you could please just elaborate for us.
Okay, it's not really... the approach that we are taking is called cash and voucher assistance. The cash and voucher assistance, it is the society having its members and volunteers that have been conducting assessments and identifying the most deserving beneficiaries. And the society is injecting money to the beneficiaries, allowing them to be able to do and to be able to get what they see as their imminent needs, than us as the society always saying, actually, these are your needs, where mostly you would see national societies or other organizations or humanitarian organizations bringing in. It could be your food, it could be blankets, mattresses, but now we are allowing the beneficiaries now to say, these are our needs, and giving them power to purchase actually what they see as their needs.
So how do you then, as an organization, ensure that the money is actually used for the purpose for which it is intended?
Okay. In the package of the program, the cash and voucher assistance, we then put conditions and restrictions that the funds can only be used for this. As right now, we are encouraging people to rebuild their houses. So those are our conditions and restrictions that we are going to put in place to ensure that the funds are actually used for what they are intended for. And also, we can go as far as even having relationships with certain shops that we are distributing vouchers, and people will be able to come in and purchase. This is the only material that they can purchase. Other than this, they are not allowed to purchase anything with our vouchers.
Well, Siyabonga, I would imagine that many people affected are watching, or they know people who have been affected. So let's talk about the process of how people go about accessing this money. First of all, how much money do you have for this purpose as we speak, and how do people qualify, and where and how do they access that money?
Okay. The Red Cross Society, since the incident started, we applied for the Disaster Relief Fund, which was approved, which was worth about 5 million rands. And now we have made an emergency appeal. So that is us going back to our funders, mainly the IFRC, saying, can we please add on more funds, because the need is quite great in the communities. And the emergency appeal has been submitted, and it's on review, and we should be getting our response, and we are going to be injecting more money into the communities. And what we are having criteria, and at the moment, the first priority are the people that are displaced. Until we have responded or attended to those that are displaced, then we are going to have another criteria that is going to be saying now, okay, if this is your status, then you do qualify to access more, to access the fund.
So just speak to us about that. How do you know, or what criteria would you use to establish that someone is actually, in fact, displaced?
We are actually having members and volunteers that are actually going to the centers where remember in the centers we have been providing food, prepared food, and as they are there, they are also preparing this list of beneficiaries that are actually the ones that we are going to be using.
So coming to the application process, Siyabonga, how do people apply? Where do they go?
You can reach to our offices. Also, because we are working very close with the disaster management. The disaster management, they know the process and the projects that we are implementing. So if you make contact with them, they can ensure that they contact us, and we will definitely get to you. And we have our volunteers assessing you, and also making you to be able to access the funding if you do qualify.
And I would imagine that this process would be as simple as possible, because the last thing you want is to frustrate already frustrated people who are in dire circumstances at this point. So, excuse me, just in terms of what people will need in terms of paperwork, if any, what do they need for the application process?
We mainly, the process, we have implemented this project. Last year when there were, when there was an urban unrest, we used this model to support the affected people. And this time around, so we are experienced, and we are also having more delegates that are coming in to guide into ensuring that the process is always executed smoothly. So with our volunteers on the ground, they are also ensuring and engaging and ensuring that the process is run very smoothly, because really, as you are saying, we are not really intending to frustrate the already frustrated community members. And
Siyabonga, also there's concern about the assistance that is out there being duplicated for the affected community members. So how will you ensure that, you know, the help is not duplicated? For example, if government is offering some alleviation, or other organizations, as an example, civic organizations, are your efforts coordinated with local government relief aid efforts?
Yes, definitely. As I did allude into that, we have engaged the government into the projects that we are going to be implementing. In many sites where we are working, they always engage us fairly, and they allocate us on where we are going to be providing the services that we are offering, to avoid duplication of the services that are going into the communities.
So Siyabonga, when exactly will the vouchers be available from?
This coming Friday, the plan is to launch the project, and we start engaging the communities, and we are releasing the funds to the communities.
And just in terms of people reaching out, or where can they reach out to you to ensure that they are actually on that list to receive help?
I can leave our cell phone numbers as well as the telephone number for our offices.
Please go ahead.
It's 076 223 8425.
If you can just repeat that for us.
The office number 031 563 2914.
Great. So we have those contact details: 076 223 8425 or 031 563 2914. Those are the contact details. And as you said, Siyabonga, this will be launched on Friday.
Yes, ma'am. The plan is actually to launch on Friday, and we start distributing the funds.
Okay, so just to be clear, are people able to contact these numbers already, or would you rather have them wait until Friday?
No, they can contact the numbers already, because we will have to definitely engage the person before to ensure that they do qualify for the funds.
All right. Great stuff. Siyabonga, thanks so much. South African Red Cross Society in KwaZulu-Natal's provincial manager, Siyabonga Hlatshwayo, and coming up with more assistance for those affected by the floods. And we have those contact details, and we'll scroll them ever so often here on the show, so that if you are in KwaZulu-Natal, if you have been affected, and as Siyabonga said, as the first priority is for those who have been displaced. If you've been displaced, please contact these numbers 076-223-8425, or you can also call a landline 031-563-2914 to apply for vouchers from the South African Red Cross Society. And then at a later stage, they will also be providing vouchers to help people rebuild their homes. So this is further assistance for you, and we hope it goes a long way to reestablishing people's lives.